Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Now, before we dive in, I have a few quick reminders. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps us spread the word, allowing us to continue to grow this community. Next, I'd like to introduce our Patreon group, where we have 3 weekly meetings. On Sundays, we have a meditation meeting. On Tuesdays, we have book club meeting. And on Thursdays, we have open topic discussions. These meetings take place at 6 p.m. CEST, so Amsterdam, Paris time. For my next announcement, I'd also like to introduce the Reparenting Daily journal, which you can find on Amazon. This journal follows along with the podcast, so each weekly and monthly themes are reflected in the journal. It provides space for you to keep your notes with plenty of extra resources on each topic to be discussed. It's an excellent tool, and if you purchase it, you can join our weekly meetings for free. Just send me an email and we'll get you linked in. For the last announcement, I'd like to introduce one of my most meaningful creative projects, a 3-volume series entitled Fairy Tales for Reparenting. Now, you might be wondering, why fairy tales? Aren't those just for kids? But through my personal healing journey and in studying the work of Carl Jung, Marie-Louise von Franz, and other spiritual and psychological traditions, I've come to see fairy tales as powerful symbolic maps for transformation. They carry deep, timeless wisdom, especially for those of us doing the hard work of reparenting ourselves. The series follows the structure of the hero's journey. Volume 1 explores the wounded child, stories of loss, betrayal, and innocence. Volume 3 is about the trials of endurance, cunning, and self-discovery. And Volume 3 is the return, stories of transformation, power, and wholeness. Each story is followed by journal prompts and space to reflect on how each story connects to your own inner healing journey. These are not just tales, they're tools. They're an invitation to connect with the part of you that still believes in magic and possibility and healing. You'll find both familiar classic and lesser-known stories from cultures around the world, offering you fresh insights and inspiration on your path. All 3 volumes are now available on Amazon. Your support means so much to me, not just for this project, but for the larger mission of helping myself and others reconnect inwardly. Reparenting is like nurturing a bonsai tree. It's not fast, it's not flashy, but with care, patience, and consistency, it will transform you. Thanks so much for being here and for supporting this work, and also for committing on your personal journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from Psychology Today. It's an article entitled The Importance of Play and Fun in Relational Trauma Recovery. We're in August, and the theme is Healing the Inner Child. We're in week 4, which is August 22nd until the 31st. And the theme for this last week in August is integrating play and joy. The importance of play and fun in relational trauma recovery. Fun and play can bring back a sense of vitality that was once lost. Key points: a person's natural impulse for fun and play may be impeded by how they self-organized in the past to cope with trauma. The definition of fun and play can be subjective, linked to other activities and change over time. For those who don't know what fun and play looks like, it can help to ask someone else who might remember or look at childhood photos. Sorry for that bumpy part, there's a typo here. As a relational trauma recovery specialist, I firmly believe that actively seeking out and moving towards fun and play is an integral part of our healing work. Why? Because play and fun help create that sense of vitality and enlivenment that can so often help us to feel as though we're actually living versus just treading water through our days. Seeking out play and fun, in my personal and professional experience, are our natural state that we have as children. But when we go through traumatic early experiences, this normal and natural impulse may be impeded by how we self-organize to cope with trauma. So then, part of supporting ourselves as adults as we seek to heal and overcome our adverse beginnings is to recognize and undo any mental or behavioral conditioning that's impeding the natural impulses inside of us. Again, this is all with the end goal of helping ourselves feel vital and enlivened as possible as adults, despite our early adverse beginnings. But what even feels like fun and play? But what exactly is fun and play? What feels like fun and play to you? This seemingly easy question can feel hard, murky, if not downright impossible to answer when you come from a relational trauma background. Again, many of us, when coming from early adverse beginnings, may have been robbed of our childhood in some ways and found that natural impulse to move towards play and fun got obscured by other ways we had to be, or imagined we had to be, in order to preserve our sense of belonging and safety within our families and communities of origin. We may have shortchanged and devalued play and fun over other choices that kept us safe, or that numbed or lessened the amount of suffering we felt back then. So many of us then arrive into adulthood and into relational trauma recovery work feeling blank when someone asks us, what does fun and play feel like to you? And so first, before we offer up a wider definition of what fun and play mean, I first want you to normalize and validate how hard it can feel to answer this question if you, like me, come from a relational trauma background. I want to acknowledge, too, that even if you don't come from a relational trauma background, it can still feel incredibly hard, if not impossible, to answer this question as an adult navigating this exhausting and demanding world. Recognizing this question can be hard to answer. I want to offer up a more expansive definition of what fun and play can look like to help you brainstorm some new ideas. A more expansive definition of fun and play. First, as you think about what fun and play look like to you, I want you to consider that play and fun are subjective. This means that what feels like play and fun to you will be unique, and not necessarily what play and fun may look like to me. Next, I want you to consider that play and fun are ever-changing. What feels like fun and play to you at one point of your life may very well not feel like fun and play at another time. Next, I want you to consider that fun and play don't have to be standalone, single-focus event, like a hobby or a single activity we do at one time. Instead, I think play and fun can involve stacking functions. Stacking function is a term borrowed from the permaculture movement to describe how you can combine and plan elements together to yield the highest output. With this while this primarily is used to describe plotting and blending with foods in forests and gardens, I think of it in terms of the question, how can I combine fun and play into obligatory responsibilities I hold anyway? In this way, I'm doing something that needs to get done, but also incorporating elements of fun and play into it. And finally, the last element of a more expansive definition of fun and play that I like to consider is this. Fun and play can happen in small nibbles versus big, grandiose movements. So now, sitting with a more expansive definition of fun and play and recognizing that fun and play is subjective, ever-changing, and totally permissible if it comes with stacking functions and if it happens in small nibbles, I'll ask you again. What do play and fun look like in your life? And how much are you building this into your daily life? Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Welcome back. This reading is a perfect way to begin week 4, the theme of integrating play and joy. After spending the earlier weeks of August connecting with, reparenting, and healing our wounded inner child, we now arrive at the heart of what our inner child longs for: play, joy, and aliveness. Trauma often robs us of the natural impulse to play, replacing it with hypervigilance, perfectionism, or suppression of joy in order to survive. Relearning how to invite fun back into our lives is not frivolous. It's a radical act of recovery. By intentionally seeking out play, we reclaim vitality, restore spontaneity, restore spontaneity and prove to ourselves that life can hold more than pain and survival. This reflection also deepens the monthly theme of healing the inner child because joy is not just a reward at the end of recovery, but an essential part of it. Play helps us reconnect with the innocence and wonder we were forced to abandon too early. The reminder that play is subjective, ever changing, and possible even in small doses shows us that joy doesn't have to be overwhelming or distant. It can be found in tiny moments, singing while cooking, laughing during a chore, or making time for hobbies. As we integrate these small joys, we show our inner child that it is safe now to be light, free, and expressive. As we go into the journal prompts today, number one, what activities, no matter how small, feel playful or joyful to me right now? Number two, how did I experience play or fun as a child? And what part of that could I reintroduce into my adult life today? And number three, in what ways can I weave joy into everyday responsibilities, turning ordinary tasks into moments of lightness and play? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.